What up? What up? What up? How's everybody doing? This is Uriah, your host of the Hub of Fantasy Football, and my co-host, Mr. Foley.
What's up? What's up? Got to tell you about today's sponsor real quick. Today's episode is brought to you by Tony Lee's Poppin' Peppers, the official jalapeno pepper provider of the Hub South Fantasy Football podcast. You guys can't see this, but we are munching on some fresh jalapenos right now.
That was so weird. Little ASMR. Okay, so this is a special edition. It is the Thanksgiving edition of the Hub of Fantasy Football. And our other co-host, Evan, sorry to miss you, which brings me up to our PSA for the weekend. As your family comes in and out of your life this weekend that you may see once a year or a little bit more, let's be nice. Let's hold our tongues, and when they're flipping the channel between the Macy's Day Parade, the dog show, and some random Christmas movie on Hallmark, let's not get upset. Just pull your phone out. Just look at the stats. Don't get mad, and we'll help you through this.
I can't condone that message. I say choose violence.
I figured you would. So we'll get started. The news this week, I know one of the main things I was going to bring up would be Mr. Pacheco is back. Bad news for James in our league. You own Pacheco and
Kareem,
and they just came out like a few minutes ago and said that the coach said he was happy that he's back, and now he can distribute the ball between both of them.
Oh, no. I had not heard that. Yeah, we thought this was going to happen last week. But that's what we were talking about last week, the fear being is that it's going to be this distribution and you can't trust either of them. It's still Pacheco. I think you're still going to have to trust him just because he is that talented.
Yeah.
And maybe Hunt is a flex option, not if you're James necessarily, but
I believe after this week.
Yeah.
This week,
we'll know
yes,
a lot more.
But yeah, and that's just going out for almost anybody who had handcuffed Pacheco with Hunt.
Yep.
Watch that, because I have a feeling it's going to get messy, as if it's not already in this whole entirety of fantasy football this year. You got anything else?
Well, we've got two things on the note of the holiday, but as far as news, I mean, there's Tommy Cutlets. It was a fun ride while it lasted, wasn't it?
Yeah. I mean, what about this Daniel Jones guy? What?
Daniel Jones is now poor Nick Mullins. I mean, this is sad for us Southern Miss fans, few though we are.
I wouldn't call us fans.
Well, I am. Kind of.
He's just a hometown guy.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah,
I'll give you that.
I'm not a college football guy, as I think people know, but I always kind of root for Southern Miss just because I live right next to it.
And also saying this, we are for most people, you have this week and next week, and then we go into playoffs for most formats. I just want to tell everybody a little side note. This is your playoff right now for most people, because for most people it's going to be a boom or a bust. You're in or you're out this week and next week, because next week there are a ton of buys, and that is severely going to hurt some people. And saying that, now is the time to start dropping your players that you do not play and getting those handcuffs.
That dead weight.
Let's lock them in, get those handcuffs before anybody else can. It will be valuable if they go down.
Absolutely. I mean, I think a perfect example of this is Gus Edwards, who Evan picked up. He was one that I intended to grab last week. And then I got caught up. I'm glad Evan's not here to rub this in my face. I got caught up in the I'm going to block Evan from getting Tommy Cutlets thing, even though I didn't need Tommy Cutlets.
A little backfire?
Backfired bad, because I used that roster spot to grab Cutlets, even though I really wanted Gus Edwards, because I was like, if anything happens to Dobbins, and Dobbins has a history, then Edwards is the guy in that backfield, and they got a pretty good playoff schedule. And now Evans got Edwards, who I wanted last week. So, yeah, that's a perfect example. Again, I've talked about this, but I've got Roschon Johnson. I've got Blake Corum. I've got all these handcuffs. And I think that's the way you want to be right now. You're not pulling for injuries, but a lot of those wide receivers that are filling up bench spots for you, you know you're never going to start them, even in a desperate situation. Cut them loose.
And also, there are probably two different forms of going about this. Foley picks the side where toward the end of the year he starts grabbing every handcuff he
Yep.
can grab for trades, and other people, or not trades, you just have them for insurance. But a lot of people don't even do that. They'll go with the fringe players, Tim Patrick, stuff like that,
Yeah.
and they'll reach for those 2 and 3 points. So saying that, always be prepared for when you get, over halfway through the season, start preparing. And because look, guys, this whole thing is you got to stay on top of the waivers, you got to stay on top of the pickups.
Yep.
You know who's being dropped. You got to be on top of this. Otherwise, you will be at the bottom of your league.
100%.
So saying this, we have a special Thanksgiving being for thankful players.
That's right. Yeah. So we were talking about this off air. I wanted to go through and talk about. I don't want. Well, this is going to be a positive show for us. Sometimes
Absolutely.
Sometimes we can be pretty negative. I can certainly be pretty negative, like when you jerks veto a trade. But right now, I just want to highlight one player that everyone in this league can be thankful for. And I think you did the same, right?
I did do the same.
So how about this? How about we just go one team at a time, starting with Joe. For me, it's Baker Mayfield.
Same here.
How could it be anything else?
Baker Mayfield in the 7th round of the draft.
Absolutely. I mean, that was maybe the steal of the draft in terms of quarterbacks, which is the most important position in a Superflex league. And he killed it. It propelled him to a great season, even if a lot of his roster lacked depth. Baker was able to just kind of carry him through to some really great weeks.
Absolutely. I totally concur. Baker is one of those guys who I've always wanted to do well, but you never way on the back burner.
Yeah.
I mean, you want him to do good, but he's over there. You're Josh Allen's, Lamar.
Yeah.
And you don't really think about the daggum Buccaneers, but at the beginning of the year, they were loaded at wide receiver, so how could they not?
Yep.
How could he not be good?
I mean, I've said this a million times. I wanted Baker in this draft. I just thought he was going to go a round or two later.
All right, so number 2, how about Allen? I have Allen, his most thankful player, as Jared Goff.
Interesting. I went a different direction.
7th round, Jared Goff.
Not bad, but I think yeah. I'm going to be positive. I'm sorry. I'm going to be I almost
Positivity.
Yeah, positivity. Jared Goff has done some great things. I would think that even just as important to be thankful for is Ladd McConkey, who had kind of a slow start, but now
turned it on.
Yeah, he has turned it on and has helped Allen win some games he didn't have business winning.
That is true. You're next.
How about the ding dong himself? And
Hello.
I think you're going to say the same thing I'm going to say.
It's got to be Chase.
Absolutely, it's Jamar Chase. How did he go in the 2nd round? I thought it was crazy that he went that late.
Loved it.
And you, as I recall, before the draft,
did not want him.
Didn't want him.
I will take that, and you are correct. But if you remember at the draft, I was like, I gotta take him.
At a certain point, yeah. No, I said before the draft that I thought he was the best wide receiver in football, and boy, he has proven it this year. I'm so happy for him.
And saying that, I was looking a lot of this when I was looking at this. I was also paying attention to our draft board. Jaquita could have came away with Justin Jefferson and Chase.
Man.
What kind of
LSU?
Wow. Your next one?
Let's go with Todd, and how could it be anything but King Henry?
Derrick Henry, 2nd round. Absolutely.
Yes, sir. MVP candidate, King Henry. I mean, another one. How did y'all let him go that late in the draft?
Man, look, and this is going to go a little further down, but I want you to everybody know, in the 1st round of the draft, we only had 2 busts. One of those, CMC, and I can't really think of the next one.
C.J. Stroud, maybe?
Probably C.J. Stroud, yeah.
I think he counts as a bust at this point for where you took him. And Tyreek, you would say, I'm sure.
Tyreek, I think, would be more. I would take Tyreek as the bust over C.J.
Interesting.
Yeah,
fair. That's fair.
Not potential, but just overall.
That's fair.
We'll move on to James, and the old Booger Green grabber himself. Now, I will say this. James was hard to do for me. James
Yeah, I've got a
has
special one for James.
Look, James had like 3 studs at the very back of the draft. And I kind of looked over those and moved toward our super flex, and I picked Sam Darnold.
So I'm kind of in the same boat as you. I went a little different for James. I just went for James. He is thankful, or should be thankful, that he went with the late quarterback strategy. Because
Yes.
he took 3 late. He did not go quarterback early, and he still ended up with Justin Herbert, Sam Darnold, and Kirk Cousins. That's not a
Great.
bad way to be.
No, and like I said, Sam Darnold was the 9th round.
Yeah.
So, I mean, and Herbert was later than that, wasn't it?
He was right around, probably around earlier or later.
I can't
Yeah.
remember. And saying that, that's why James is where he's at right now.
Yep.
The only thing, he had a couple of misses
At other positions.
At the other positions. Who you got next?
I got Jaquita. Got to be thankful. So really, she should be thankful for the 2023 rookie slot receivers. Jackson Smith and Jigba and Josh Downs, JSN, number 8 wide receiver on the year. I think you know this. You kind of hinted at this in the chat.
Taken in the 9th round.
That's right. That's right.
And saying this, I said it in the chat. She has 3 wide receivers in the top 10, which is crazy. I think.
Who are the other 2? JSN.
Justin
okay.
Jefferson, and
Jefferson.
I can't think of the other. But,
Okay.
I actually have it right here.
It's fantastic, though.
Anyway.
Good job, Jaquita.
Yes. Moving on, since we're on this, I will say Foley. And I have Foley, his most thankful player is Hubbard.
You know,
In the
that's a
t-
good answer.
In the 12th round, which is crazy.
That's a very good answer. I think that's a better, maybe potentially better answer than mine.
Who'd you have?
I've gave for myself. You know who I gave for myself.
Don't say Evans.
Mike Evans, just because. I mean, look, it's been bumpy at times. He had a couple down games, and then he missed 3.5 games. But he is back and healthy, right on cue for me, just in time for the playoffs. My guy's going to do big things. He is, even having missed 3.5 games, ahead of Devontae Adams, who I believe went in the 2nd round, and 1 point behind Deebo Samuel, who went, I think, a round ahead of Evans. I'm quite happy with him, and I'm so excited to have him for the playoffs.
Okay. Next one, we'll move on to our other co-host, Evan. I have Mixon in the 4th round.
I thought that one was a little obvious. I agree. Like, yeah, that's probably the correct answer. But Evan has talked so much about Joe Mixon. I wanted to go a different direction, especially since Mixon did just have a bust of a game. Somebody called bust for Joe Mixon. I don't remember who that was last week.
Listen to your podcast.
I'm just saying. But I went in a little different direction. And this is not someone he drafted, but I just alluded to it a moment ago. I think Evan should be grateful for Gus Edwards. The Gus bus could be a difference maker for Evan come playoffs. He's obviously going to be in the playoffs, and now he's got some reinforcements at running back. Right now he's having to flex a tight end, which you never want to be in that position, but now he's got a new flex weapon if the J.K. Dobbins injury is as serious as it seems.
All right, moving on. And I'm going to go with Matt, and I think this is the most obvious one of all of them, Saquon, in the 2nd round.
Absolutely.
2nd round.
Absolutely. Yeah, I mean, the fact that Breece Hall went ahead of Saquon Barkley is pretty sad, and we should have all seen it coming. I'm kicking myself. I didn't get Saquon anywhere in any drafts, and in hindsight, it seems so obvious. How could we not have known? How could he have not been the number 1 overall pick in most drafts? So, yeah, shout out to Matt for that. AI Matt.
AI Matt, good 2nd pick. Other ones,
I think the other ones were pretty good. I gave AI Matt a good draft grade, and I stand by that. Yeah, I will take credit. As much as I didn't draft Saquon anywhere for myself, I think I was the one who advocated for taking Saquon for Matt.
all right. And the next one, I love this one, Garland. I have Bo Nix, 10th
right.
round.
I'm glad you said that because I was stuck between 2.
Who was the other
So
one?
absolutely Bo Nix. Let's give him his flowers.
Yes.
10th round, phenomenal, best fantasy rookie quarterback, arguably.
Yes.
I'm going to go with, I think Garland should just be thankful for the Detroit Lions altogether.
You know what? I almost put that down because it was hard not to pick
Yeah.
that because, I mean, wow.
I mean, even if Laporte has been a little disappointing, and he has, you still got Amon-Ra St. Brown and Jahmyr Gibbs. That's something to be thankful for sure.
All right. Let's see. Stone. Got to be Jaden Daniels, right?
Jaden Daniels. I'm surprised to hear you say that, but I agree.
It is. I can't go. Stats are stats, man.
Stats are
I
stats.
can't really say anything. We got anybody else?
Let's see. I
see.
think we've got it. Oh, we are missing this show's sponsor.
Tony.
That's right.
This
Tony.
Lamar.
Tony. It's Lamar. Yeah, for sure it's Lamar. Who is, as much as there's been all the chatter about Derrick Henry MVP, Saquon Barkley MVP. Lamar
Lamar's
Jackson's
in there,
right in
yes.
that conversation as well. Yeah, great pick, Tony.
So, and I think a lot of this. Our draft also second round, 10 hits, 2 busts. Funny thing, third round. How many hits do you think were in the third round?
Ooh, let's go 6 to 8.
3.
Oh, even worse.
Yes, 9 busts in the third round.
Who
That
were the
is-
3 hits, I wonder?
Is so bad. I'd have to look at it, but it's so bad. I was like,
Of course,
oh
I think I
God.
took Waddle in the third, so that
Yeah, it was a bunch of stuff like that, and it was just like, what? But
no, Waddle surely I didn't take in the third. I will just say real quick, for the Turkey Day draft that we just did, I wanted to take just a moment on that. For those who don't know, a few of us got together and did a draft of just players who are playing on Thanksgiving. And so this is always such a hard thing, and I'd love to hear Uriah's analysis, but it's such a hard thing to figure out how to structure a roster. I kind of approached it like I do DFS. And with DFS, you just kind of got to build a narrative in your head of what the games are going to look like. And so my draft looked crazy. And if the narrative I built in my head doesn't pan out, I'm going to do terribly. But if it's anywhere close to right, I think I'll be okay. So for me, I had Tua as my quarterback. I had the number 1 overall pick, and I took Tua. I
was interested by that.
Yeah, for me, it was between him and Amon-Ra St. Brown as the number 1 pick. But I kind of I don't know. Something was telling me to go him. Amon-Ra's a little banged up. He's probably fine, but Tua felt safer. And I wasn't sure, with that number 1 overall pick, you're waiting a long time. And it was like, if everyone else takes quarterback in the first round, because I had no idea what other people were going to do at quarterback. So I was going to have to wait, and I was going to end up with Drew Lock. So I went Tua. And with that said, a few rounds later, I stacked him with Jonnu Smith. Because your son, I know, is a Dolphins fan. You had told me that Jalen Waddle is his favorite player.
Yeah.
I saw him take Tyreek Hill, and I thought, surely he's not also going to take Waddle.
Dude,
and then he did.
He would have took the Dolphins team if y'all would have let him.
Good for him, though. I don't think it's a bad stack. But so I stacked Tua and Jonnu, and in my head, they're going to have a good game. For my wide receivers, I took 2 Packers, Christian Watson and Dontavian Wicks. Again, you're building these narratives, and the narrative here is they're going to air it out. It's just going to be a monster game for 2 random wide receivers. Hopefully it's those 2.
When I was looking at it, the reason I went with Gibbs was because of the running back in its entirety.
For sure.
There's only 2.
It's scarce.
It's like 3 or 4, and that's it.
Yeah, and 2 of them are Lions.
Yeah, I know.
No, it really is scarce, and I thought about that as well. And for my running backs, I got Tyrone Tracy. Again, thinking through narratives,
I was going to take him in the second round, third round. I can't remember.
But okay, you've got Drew Lock in there. Cutlets was just a disaster.
They're going to stack the box.
Go through, yeah. Well, maybe they stack the box, but you're going to have to rely on your dynamic running back if your quarterback can't get it done. So hopefully that works out for Tracy. And then Roshan was honestly all the other good running backs were left. But hey, maybe Roshan vultures some goal line touchdowns as he has been doing the last few weeks. And so yeah, that's I think this is certainly how I approach DFS, and so it's how I approach this as well. Just building those storylines in your head of how this can work rather than strictly best player available. You got to see how they make sense in conjunction with each other.
Yeah. And also going back to the draft, just so you'll hear this, third round, Dak Prescott, Jordan Love, Pacheco, no right now, Mike Evans, yes, but he was hurt. Debo,
Yeah, Debo was a bust.
Olave,
Ooh.
Kyler Murray.
Oh, did you count him as a bust?
No, I did
Oh,
not.
okay, good.
Devontae, I
Yeah,
counted him as a
bust.
bust. Sam Laporta, I counted him as
He's
a bust.
He's a bust for sure.
Mark Andrews, a bust. And Brock Purdy and Trevor Lawrence.
Busts.
The only one.
For where you took them, they're busts. Yeah.
Well, it doesn't
You
matter.
didn't count it that way?
I-
I
well-
think if you're taking those guys in the third round, you're pretty disappointed in them.
Well, I counted Purdy as a win, Kyler as a win, and Mike Evans as a win.
Okay, well, thank you for counting me as one of the wins. I guess it was
Lord.
another round or two later I took Waddle.
Lord.
But no.
Yes, you took Waddle after that.
Yeah, that makes me feel better.
So let's. You got anything else you want to get into the games?
I think we can get into the games.
All right. So
Oh, I'm sorry. Just to
Go
say,
ahead.
one other thing I'm thankful for is my co-host Uriah.
I am also thankful for Foley allowing me to enter his humble abode and have this great podcast every week. Although my wife doesn't like it.
Well, he scored some cupcakes this week.
Yes, I'm so excited. All right, so, and I'll be upfront and honest on this podcast. I started out with so many good intentions, as you will see in this first one. Our first turkey game will be the Bears at the Lions. The Bears are 4-7 and 0-4 away, while the Lions are 10-1 and 4-1 at home. Side note: the Lions have lost 7 straight games on Thanksgiving,
Yes, they have.
with 3 losses to Chicago in that stretch for the longest losing streak on Thanksgiving. But this year, look out for the Lions to eat.
From your lips to God's ears. I did just want to make this note. I was going to say it directly to Evan, but I'll also say it to just all of our fans. We have some honorary Lions fans this year.
You could probably say fan for all our fan. Anyway, go ahead.
We have some honorary Lions fans, certainly in the league this year. James has given up on the Browns and is rooting for the Lions. Evan has given up on the Saints and is rooting for the Lions. And I'm sure there are a lot of people out there like that. And it's been a fun ride this year. But speaking as the lifelong Lions fan here, I just want to warn you. We are terrible on Thanksgiving.
Yes.
We find a way to lose every single year on Thanksgiving.
And this goes back so many years, watching Barry Sanders slice and dice, run for 80 yards to get a 5-yard gain,
And still lose.
and still lose.
Yeah, it's very, very sad. I hope that this year we can finally do it. I don't remember ever, and I know it's happened. You just said 7 straight, so I know it's happened, but I don't recall ever seeing Detroit win on Thanksgiving.
It's been a while, and I don't remember. That being said, I can't trust Chicago for squat
No.
for this. And the run, like I said, the running backs have to go crazy in this game.
Yeah.
At least one.
Oh yeah, I mean,
Montgomery's dealing with a shoulder thing too, so
Yeah, I
watch
mean,
out for that.
The Lions, on the Lions side of the ball, yes, that offensive line is the best in football. You can make an argument for Philly. I would still put the Lions just a touch above it.
And you can also say the defensive line. They have played out of their mind.
Even without Aiden Hush, and now you add Zadarius Smith. It's been so good. But specifically how they run block, man, Jahmyr Gibbs and David Montgomery, Sonic and Knuckles, as they like to call themselves, They're both just so good. You can start them every week, even if Montgomery's dealing with a little bit of a shoulder thing. I think everyone for the Lions is on the injury report right now just because it's a short week. Like I said, Amon-Ra is as well. But that line against a pretty bad Bears line, I think it's gonna eat, and start Gibbs and Montgomery both up with confidence.
Absolutely.
I thought Jahmyr Gibbs in our Turkey Day draft was a great pick.
Also, you got to go Goff.
Yeah,
I think with the run, it's automatically given that they're going to take away, drop the coverage down, and that's got to lead to Amron and everybody else. You drafted Laporta, you're starting him.
he's a fringe starter.
Under duress, unless you picked up somebody else like Kate
Will
Otten
Dissly.
or Will Dissly. But other than that, I think we can move on to Chicago.
I'm still saying don't start Jameson Williams because I'm just always going to be on that boat unless you're an underdog and you need a boom performance from someone. Stay away from JMO.
Yeah, absolutely. Chicago, Caleb, if you look at the stats, it's not that bad.
It's yeah. If you look at him play, it's looks pretty good the last couple weeks.
Exactly. But saying that, I mean, he's forcing it to Keenan. He's
Yeah.
forcing it to DJ. That's going to. It comes back to a law of numbers. It's eventually going to go wrong.
Yeah. This is going to be a hard game for Caleb. I mean, what you just said, that defensive line, they just added Zadarius Smith. The way they can create pressure on a quarterback in a way that they didn't last year.
Yep.
That defense is so much better than it was last year, especially up front. Yeah, they're just going to wreak havoc on Caleb, and that's been his thing. Is dealing with pressure has been his biggest issue so far in the league.
And the running backs for Chicago are not run blockers.
No, or pass block. Yeah, no,
Well, pass blockers. That's what I meant. I'm sorry.
no, they're not. I mean, Roshan is, but
Yeah.
certainly not DeAndre Swift.
no.
He's going to get blown up.
Yeah, absolutely. And like I mean, Komet goes out on most passes. So I mean,
Yep.
you're losing two blockers right
That's
there,
right.
and that's going to create a lot of trouble.
That's right. And by the way, I think Komet is a solid bench this week. I think this is a terrible matchup for him. The Lions have been pretty good at erasing tight ends.
And I also say a lot of these out of these 3 games, it's pretty much 3 losing teams. You don't want to start them if you don't have to.
Yeah.
Of course, there are different players. We'll get into it.
Yeah. Are you starting any wide receivers for the Bears? I think you've got to start DJ Moore.
It's going to be DJ Moore and a flex for Keenan, just
yeah.
because he feeds him.
Yeah.
He may not catch it, but he feeds it.
My opponent this week is starting Roma Dunze.
Interesting. I personally wouldn't do it, even though I drafted him in our other league on accident
You sure did.
because
Who are you going to take?
I was going to take the running back, and it was going to be I think I was going to get Tracy.
Okay, that was when you were going for Tracy.
Yeah,
Okay.
because I already said the running back I thought was a thin position in this
Yes.
games, so I'd planned on going running back.
Yeah.
I think I went running back, quarterback, and I was going to go running back
Yeah.
again,
Okay.
but I got Odunze in the 3rd round. Wow.
Maybe it'll work out for you, Matt. Uriah's pulling for you.
Yeah. Next game, Giants and the Cowboys. This is a big turd bowl. Yeah, don't. So, like I said, I didn't really prepare. I hit that first game running. Second game, I gave up. The rest of the way. So, the Giants are 2-9, and the Cowboys are 4-7, and 0-5 at home. Which, if you are a season ticket holder, how fun is that?
I mean, again, I'm a Lions fan here, so,
Yeah. You love Jerry Jones, don't you?
Oh, man, Jerry Jones is the best. No, it's...
He's the James of the NFL, isn't he?
That's a good way of putting it.
I think so.
I mean, you know what? Say whatever else you want about Jerry Jones.
He's a shrewd businessman.
Well, what I respect is that he's the one owner in the NFL who's like, I am playing real life fantasy football here. What's the fun in owning a team if I don't also run the team?
If I can't screw everything up.
That's right. I'm going to make all these decisions myself.
We have a losing record, but you know what? I'm going to give my head coach an extension.
Yes. Yeah, oh man.
Because years ago he won a Super Bowl, and I know he can do it.
That's right.
It's like, whatever, man.
It's nuts. People always think he's this hot-tempered guy who makes rash decisions, but how long did he stick with Jason Garrett after Garrett was clearly not the answer?
And Romo.
And Romo, yeah, he's patient. He's too patient.
Yeah. I.e. Dak Prescott.
Yeah, well, giving him $60 million.
Dummy. Yeah, and then going back to Zeke. Anyway, we'll move on. Let's go with the Cowboys first, since we're talking about them.
Yeah, C.D. Lamb and call it a day, I think.
Yeah, C.D. Lamb with his 12 catches for 8 yards. Let's do it.
Hey, I think I said a couple weeks ago that last time he had Cooper Rush, he averaged 18.5 points a game. I believe he ended up with 18.5 points this last week.
10 catches and 8 yards. No, anyway. I mean, but it's
something like that.
It's
no,
so weird.
Yeah, it's shallow stuff because Cooper Rush can't. It's not just that Cooper Rush can't throw deep, but that line is not giving him time to let things progress.
No, and he doesn't have the timing.
That's right, and people still think of the Cowboys as having this great line. They've aged. They're
Yeah.
not as good as they used to be.
And saying that, I can't think of his name.
Don't start no Rico.
Turgeson.
Turd Ferguson, is he playing?
He's out.
He is out. Okay.
So look for the Schoonmaker.
Yeah.
He's
yeah,
going to be starting.
That's right.
But saying that, it's got to be CD. I think Brandon Cook's coming back this week.
He, I believe, is. You're right. He's off the injured reserve.
Don't hold your breath, guys.
No, it's a wait and see with him. I've held on to him all year in one league in an IR spot, thankfully.
Especially in this time of the year, you got to score those points.
Yeah, wait and see. Maybe you can start him with confidence next week.
Rico, what about him?
No, I have no interest.
Yeah.
He can score 3 touchdowns every week between now and the championship, and on the championship week, I will still say bench him.
How many rushing touchdowns do you think the Cowboys have this year?
Oh, it's got to be single digits. 3. Yeah.
How sad is that?
Yeah.
I mean, you've gone for years. I mean, even back in the day when they had what's his name from Arkansas, Run DMC.
DeMarco Murray. Yeah.
Well, it wasn't DeMarco, but it was I can't think of his name. They were lightning and thunder in
Run
college.
DMC. I'm blanking on it now. I thought DM and thought DeMarco Murray.
McFadden.
Oh yeah, Darren McFadden. That's right.
Even when they had those fringe running backs, they still punched it in.
Yeah.
And they've always been a running team, and now 3 for the year.
Yeah, it's
Come on.
It's gross. It's disgusting. And just a reminder, they had an opportunity to sign Derrick Henry.
As did everybody else, which is also scary. And Saquon.
Yeah, well, but I mean, I think with the Cowboys and Henry specifically, there was more of a connection being drawn, and Jerry was like, we're not going to do it.
So just CD, right?
Yeah, CD is the only start for the Cowboys.
Unless you're in a
me.
pinch and then you're grasping at straws. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
The Giants, same story, a little bit different. Neighbors.
You can still start. I think actually Neighbors could have a good game this week. We've seen a pretty solid trend of when these wide receivers get to complaining that they're not getting the ball, the next week they start getting the ball. It works.
Squeaky wheel.
That's right. The squeaky wheel theory is exactly what it is, and he was smacking his gum complaining, and maybe he gets it this week. I don't like him anymore because of that gum smacking.
Also, guys, proper English. Let's learn what our forefathers used, and let's practice it.
Come on now, we don't use proper English on this podcast. That doesn't bother me.
When
at
I
all.
use ain't and stuff like that, it's because I really mean it. So there is a time and a place.
He really meant it too. It's just the gum smacking for me. It's just the gum smacking.
Yeah. Oh gosh. Next up, Giants. Tracy.
Tyron Tracy. I mean, against this Dallas defense, again, like that's why I wanted him in our Turkey Day draft.
And that's it, right?
Yeah, that's it.
Yeah, that's what I thought. Next on, moving on, Dolphins versus the Packers. The Dolphins are 5-6. The Packers are 8-3. And this is a must-win for the Dolphins to stay in whatever playoff picture they want. And the Packers, they're just trying to stay where they're at and make it.
Yeah.
Because the Lions have that, and the Vikings, and anyway.
Yeah, they're in third, but I mean they're still in strong contention
Yes.
for a wild card spot. I
So
mean,
this is going to be this might be a pretty good game.
I think it'll be a good game.
Dolphins, who you got?
Tua, obviously. Tua was great last week, and I don't see any reason he won't be great again.
Okay, I have questioned y'all in the past. Tyreek.
Start him.
Okay.
Start him. Are you not? You still out on him? He's been getting better every week.
I don't know. I mean, look, Tua. Okay, Tua is if Tua wouldn't have had his concussion, there's no telling where he would be at this year. The last couple of games he has been doing great.
Yes.
Now it hasn't been great for Tyreek, Waddle, those kind of guys. It's been great for Smith.
It was sure great for Waddle this past week where he put up like 38 points.
Yeah. But I mean, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, you can't trust the same people every week. Is what I'm
No,
getting
it's
at.
true.
It's crazy.
But here's kind of where I'm coming from, and this isn't like it's a guarantee that it's going to happen, but I'm interested in this idea. that last week was the first time Miami really looked like they did last year.
Yeah.
When they were just so explosive. The weeks before that, you could just see them. Hey, they're getting better every day. They're getting, they're getting on the same page. They're finding a way.
Yeah.
They're looking kind of like they could threaten to make the playoffs. But last week against the Patriots, and the Patriots are not the worst defense in the NFL or anything.
No.
They're an okay defense. And they just exploded. They put up, I forget how many points, but it was a huge game. And it looked like what I was drafting for the hope of when I drafted Tua and Waddle. It was the hope that they could keep doing what they did last year and be so explosive. And so I've kind of I'm not starting Waddle this week, to be clear,
Gotcha.
but because I do want to see a little bit more, and I have plenty of options, but I'm optimistic that there's at least a chance that this is the real thing, and they are back to what they were last year.
I would say if I was an owner, I feel like, well, I'll just say it as an analyst with my hands in quotation marks. I would say both are flex worthy. Personally, Hill and Waddle.
I think Hill's a start. And Waddle, you could talk me into starting him.
Yeah.
I've just got enough options that I can stay away.
Jono, you said that's a hard start.
Absolutely, yeah.
And A-Chain, hard start.
Yep.
Anybody else?
No, I'm not interested in Jalen Wright or any of those other guys.
Moving on to let's see, the
Packers.
Packers. Okay, also this game is in Green Bay. So that might have some issues. Packers. What you got going on with them?
I mean,
They are
Love
so
is-
hard to figure out,
They really are. Love is a super flex only,
except for Josh Jacobs.
who I think has a bad matchup this week, actually. I think that Miami run defense is sneaky good, and I'm just saying, temper your expectations. You're going to start Jacobs, don't get me wrong.
Yeah.
He has been great. But temper your expectations. Love is a super flex only for me. I think he is one of those third-round busts that we talked about earlier. It's just and reminder for our fans who are not in this league, this is a 2-quarterback league. That's why someone like Jordan Love goes in the third.
Yes, and a deep bench.
Yes. As far as the wide receivers, it's going to be hard to pick. Romeo Doubs is out.
Yep.
Dontavian Wicks is someone who is a desperation flex, but I don't know if anyone's that desperate this week. So really, it's Jaden Reed and probably call it a day. Maybe you can do Christian Watson.
Maybe. Yes, and Kraft. I feel like you throw
Sure.
him. Yeah, he's in there.
Yeah.
Let's see. All right, moving on to the lone Friday game will be the Raiders versus the Chiefs. The Raiders are 2-9.
Why did you laugh?
Dude, this
The Chiefs that I'm
bad.
sorry, the Raiders that beat the Chiefs at this time last year.
listen, when a guy who just got kicked off his own team and they made him play safety on the practice squad says no thank you to a starting gig, yeah, that's a problem.
You know what Antonio Pierce should be thankful for this year?
A job?
Yeah, exactly right. That he is still somehow employed. This
This game isn't going to help.
no, it's certainly not. This is a comically bad football team right now.
Also, he will be fired at the end of this year.
Surely, yes. I mean, this is genuinely the worst team in football.
Bless their hearts. I mean, they have every year you get somebody you're like, okay, great. Where's Hunter Renfrow? I would take him over Trey Tucker and the rest of these guys. I mean, the guy had a 1,000-yard season, and then the next year they toss him.
When the best player on your team is a rookie tight end,
And the second best player is a free agency sitting at the house on the couch. Yeah, anyways,
it's
sorry,
rough. It's rough.
sorry to keep on about the Raiders.
Yeah,
but
we said we were going to be positive. But really, Brock Bowers is the only Raider you can start, unless you're interested in Desmond Ritter.
Aiden O'Connell's starting this week.
Is it?
He has been named the starter.
Is he off the IR?
He is off the IR.
Interesting. Guess who has him?
And you can start him,
Not that I'm
brother.
going to start him.
Start him
but
up.
that's good. I had been hearing it would be Desmond Ritter.
No, he's up.
Because I didn't think that O'Connell was healthy yet. Good. I mean, I think that is the best quarterback the Raiders have.
I agree.
So hey, that's something, anyways. But still, yeah, no. There's nobody. I mean, maybe you want to. I remember Evan laughing at draft time when he heard me mention Amir Abdullah and was shocked to learn that Amir Abdullah is still around.
Who would have thought?
But I'm sorry, the last thing, and I do want to be positive this episode, but the whole reason I was kind of really laughing at how bad of a coach Antonio Pierce is today is that I heard him complaining that the new offensive coordinator was because they'd fired Luke Getsy and brought in a new one, and he was complaining that the new offensive coordinator, who works for Antonio Pierce, was throwing the ball too much and not calling enough run plays. He said, I told him to run the ball more.
With who?
With who? He said he thought that with Amir Abdullah active, they could be able to run the ball more. And so there's just so many laughable things here, is that you thought Amir Abdullah gave you the best chance to win, and you told your offensive coordinator to do this, and he didn't listen to you.
Okay, I've said this in our chat, and I really, really want to know, how come in college they build around the incoming players, and in the pros, it's the head coach's way, and he doesn't care who he has. He's just going to make them do what he wants them to do.
I think some teams are getting away from that a little bit more. You're seeing some teams adapt to their personnel, and they thrive for it. I mean, Bill Belichick has always done that. Belichick was known for being someone who he changes his scheme week to week.
I feel like Andy does it too.
Andy does it too. You're exactly right. And I think a few more coaches are coming around to it, but not enough. You're right.
It's crazy. Moving on, Chiefs, you got them, start them. I don't care who it is. I don't care who it is. Especially this week, like we talked earlier about Pacheco and Hunt, start them both.
Yeah.
James,
Hunt is not a must start, but you can.
James, you can't. You got to pick one and go with it and cross your fingers. Other than that, I mean, Worthy, all those guys.
I mean, the Chiefs, again, it's kind of like...
Chiefs defense, by the way.
Oh, they were rough last week.
God, still.
But let me just say, I'd said that the Chiefs would probably run all over Carolina just because they had some stuff to work out after their loss the previous week. Carolina kept it close.
I know.
I think the refs helped Carolina a little bit, as strange as that sounds to say. I watched the game and I thought they did. That said, it is an indictment on the Chiefs as an organization that they allowed the Panthers to come that close to beating them.
Look, I've said it before, man. I just think they're taking it easy.
They
right
really
now.
are.
I mean, honestly, I wouldn't be shocked if they happen to lose a game or two the rest of the year because I feel like they're just cruising on by.
I think they will. However, I don't think it'll be this week because...
because it's the Raiders.
Well, it's the Raiders, and not only are the Raiders bad, the Raiders have talked so much trash about the Chiefs and have bragged so much about having beaten them. They call Patrick Mahomes Kermit the Frog, like they
Kermit the Frog.
Not inaccurate, but not something you want. You don't want to give this man any fuel. Okay,
No.
He is the wrong one to motivate, and so I think this is going to be a motivated team. So yeah, sure, fire up Xavier Worthy, fire up DeAndre Hopkins. They're all startable. Travis Kelce. They want to get the whole gang involved. Heck. I'm not Noah Gray. Not Noah Gray. But you can think about Noah Gray or even Juju Smith-Schuster. Not really. But and DFS, consider those two names.
Definitely the type Gray. Definitely.
Yep, I picked him up.
All right. Moving on, we got the first Sunday game is going to be the Chargers versus the Falcons. The Chargers are 7-4, and the Falcons are 6-5. What are we thinking about the Chargers minus JK? I don't think Gus is that good.
Gus is not that good, but it's such a good line.
It is a good line.
It's
and
one
it's
of these,
Harbaugh, but
yeah, Harbaugh.
I don't know. I would have more faith in I can't think of his name.
Kamani Vidal, the rookie,
the one above him. This is the second string guy. I can't think of his name. He's more of a speed back than Gus is. Herbert got to start.
Herbert is a must start.
Got
I've come a long way from where I was earlier in the season.
I mean, it was like 3 weeks ago, Foley.
Come on now. It was longer than that.
Oh, you've downed him the whole year, but
No,
I think 3 weeks ago, maybe 4.
It was about 6 weeks ago where I said, I don't know if you'll ever be able to start him this year. And I was wrong. They changed. Greg Roman changed that scheme for the better.
And Ladd, man.
Ladd's been great.
And poor Quentin. You know, he was he was moving up and then
same problems he's always had.
Every year. So saying that, don't start him.
No.
Definitely a big boy Will Disley start.
Sure. Yeah, I mean, again, going back to Gus Edwards, though, Yeah, it is Harbaugh. He likes to run the ball, and Edwards is not. I think you can kind of compare this to Jahmyr Gibbs versus David Montgomery. Gibbs is going to give you these 75-yard gashers, but Montgomery's still going to give you some solid 5-yard runs that add up over time. And I think that's what Edwards can still give that backfield, and Harbaugh's going to love it. And I love watching them.
Yes, absolutely. Let's see. Ooh, I just saw that. Will Dissly is questionable, so keep your eye out on that. Moving on to the Falcons. What we got going on there?
The vibes haven't felt great for them lately, have
Not
they?
at all. I mean, you got Bijan, and you're like, he's doing good.
He's doing very good.
You got Drake London doing good.
Yeah.
Kyle Pitts is showing up. Kirk Cousins is doing good, but you don't feel good about this team.
Yeah, the vibes are just bad, and I can't really point to why.
I can't either.
It's strange. I mean, maybe the vibes would get better if they got Ray a little more
I was
involved.
just fixing to say, you jumped off the Ray train, and
That's what it is. I bailed on Ray, and they fell apart. They needed my support for Ray.
somebody's listening to the podcast.
Zach Robinson, offensive coordinator, is
gosh.
listening.
I'm
I'm a fan, by the way, Zach. I am a fan. I have liked your game for a long time.
Taking
I
to
remember
Waffle
when you were a
House?
quarterback. Yeah, let's go to Waffle House sometime.
So saying that, if also Bijan owners, if you do not have Tyler Algier and he's available, please go pick that man up.
Absolutely.
And also Ray, if he's on there, pick him up.
I love to hear you say it.
Well, I mean, if something happens to Drake, I mean, they're going to Ray.
Sure. I mean, there's still Darnell Mooney in his way too, but
Yes.
yeah. If you're in a deep league, Ray is still rosterable. I'm not as high on Ray as I was earlier in the year because Mooney has done so well. But yeah, in a deep league,
Nobody is, but go ahead. So what are you expecting of this?
of this game as a whole, I mean, I expect the Chargers to win because
Okay.
I think they're the better team. I just think they're the better football team. And Herbert, by the way, is going to have all day to throw. He has such a good offensive line, and the Falcons have the worst pass rush in the NFL. They don't have a pass rush.
And I think Ladd is going to have a monster game.
Yeah, as he has been every week.
And when I say monster, it's probably not going to be 130 yards. It's probably going to be sort of like CD. It's going to be 8 catches for 80 yards. And he's probably have a touchdown.
It was so much fun. I wanted the Chargers to win Monday night, but it was still so much fun having in 3 different leagues. I was projected to lose, and I still had Ladd playing, and I won all 3.
Not this one. Was it this one?
Well, I won this league too, but this
Well, I
was
mean,
the one that. I was actually against Ladd in that one, and it wasn't enough. But in the other 3 leagues, I had Ladd in all 3 of them, and he helped me win games I was not supposed to win.
All right, so moving on to the next game, and in this game, all I can picture is what's the guy in I always call him James. It's the guy in The Simpsons, the owner of the nuclear company.
Oh, I know who you're
Mr.
talking
Burns.
about. Okay, Mr. Burns.
That's
yeah,
all
yeah.
I can think of is James is as Mr. Burns doing his fingers. Steelers versus the Bengals. The Steelers are 8-3. The Bengals are 4-7, and I think this is going to be a great game.
I think Burrow's going to get beat up.
I do too.
Yeah, yeah.
But if he doesn't, and somehow he's able to throw the ball quick, going to be a fun game.
Yeah, I mean, just get it out to Chase.
Now-
Let him work.
Now, saying that, I would bet $100 for the Steelers to win this game, just straight up, because I mean, they have a great team.
They do. There's a reason they're number 1 in the AFC North by 2 games now. They're pulling away from the Ravens.
So hit me with the Steelers.
Steelers. Russ is a super flex consideration. You know what? I would even consider him as a streaming option in a 1 quarterback league against that sorry Bengals defense. Now that I think about it, yeah. I mean, throw that moon ball. I think people are going to be a little down on him after the snow game, and he was getting murdered out there by Myles Garrett. But hey, this week I think it can be pretty good. And obviously, if he's doing well, you know who else is doing well?
Pickens.
That's right. Big game for Pickens.
I think I agree with those two. Najee, it would be a flex at the most for me.
I think he's a
Because,
solid start.
well, the Bengals do have a decent,
yeah.
I mean, they have a decent line. but they don't have linebackers and they don't have.
Their line isn't what it was last year.
It's
the
not.
Lions got got DJ Reader.
Well, yes.
From them.
But they still have what's his face?
Trey Hendrickson is there.
Yeah, and then the other guy, I can't think of his name. But they're decent. I'm not saying he's going to be great. But no tight end. No Fryer move.
No. I'm out on the move.
Moving on to the Bengals. You're starting the three. Other than that, and the three, Chase, Brown, Burrow, maybe Higgins.
I think you do start Higgins.
Okay.
I would start Higgins over Chase Brown in a flex spot even.
Okay. I would start. It's a hard one on this one because both sets are bad, or is a bad matchup.
You've got Chase Brown.
I do
you?
have Brown.
How's he been doing the last few weeks? I haven't really
He's doing
noticed
good.
him. The last couple weeks he has.
Yes.
I haven't really when I watch the Bengals play. I don't notice Chase Brown anymore. I just notice the passing attack.
Well, it's not like he's not hitting 30, 40-yard runs.
Yeah.
It's like 4, 6. He's done very well.
Okay.
Other than that, I don't see anybody. You got anybody?
No. You don't want those tight ends. You don't want Jermaine Burton or Andre Yoshivas.
Yes. Moving on. Cardinals versus the Vikings. Cardinals are 6-5, and the Vikings are 9-2.
Somehow-
Arizona first. Give me. I already know. So go ahead and say it.
Yeah, it's Kyler and Marvin Harrison Jr. And Trey McBride and James Conner. Yeah, Kyler is a good quarterback. It's a bigger test against Brian Flores, but I think he'll be fine.
Okay, so against the Vikings, you would start McBride.
Yeah.
Okay.
McBride's
And Connor.
absolutely.
Okay.
I like as much as I've talked about how great that Vikings defense is, and they are. I mean, you're talking about two players who have just been so solid this year.
I was just checking.
I cannot. They're matchup proof for me.
Okay. So that's pretty easy. The Vikings, I think, is also pretty easy.
Yeah. Well, it gets more interesting, I think, this week.
Okay, who you got?
Addison, I've been out on him. I'm not trying to chase this monster game that he had, but
Look, I have Addison.
yeah,
I do not want to start him because the whole year it's been boom,
yeah,
terrible for 2 games. Boom, terrible for 2 games. And when I say boom, I'm talking like a touchdown and 40 yards. That's the boom. This last game,
huge.
I can't chase that. I want to.
No, I know you don't want to chase the points that way. For me, it was that I watched so much of that game, and I could see that this wasn't random. This was we talked about
yeah.
Jefferson last week. This was they schemed it up
For
so
Jefferson.
that Jefferson takes 2 people with him.
They'll have to
and
beat him with this other guy.
That's
Yep.
right, and we're getting Addison into these one-on-ones, and he is dominating these one-on-ones.
And-
And I just feel like we're going to see more of that.
I know, but I just help me out. Do I start him? I'll take the constructive criticism right now, Foley.
Let's do it.
So I have Shakir, I have Chase, I have Tank Dale, Jordan Addison, and or Nick Chubb. Ugh. And my pick is between Nick Chubb and Addison.
Oh, I would pick Addison over Chubb. I was going to say I'd do Shakir over Addison, but I'd do Addison over Chubb.
Okay. Well, that's my starting is Shakir, Chase, Addison, and Dale.
Yeah, I think that's right. I'm not going to chase Chubb's 2 touchdowns.
I know.
Which I know we'll talk about the Browns, but I am always reluctant to chase points on receivers, especially.
I am too.
Again, I'm benching Waddle this week, despite his massive game that he just had. But there just seems like there is a schematic thing happening with Addison that it could be more. Not that he's going to have that game.
Oh, no.
But have good games.
I hope so. Let's see.
T.J. Hawkinson, great.
Okay,
Great.
that's what I was going to say.
Absolutely. He's gotten better every week since he's been healthy.
Aaron Jones.
He had another good game. I know he's been disappointing a couple of times, but overall he has had a good season, and it continued last week.
All right, moving on. Colts versus the Patriots. The Colts are 5-7. The Patriots are 3-9.
Welcome to the Snooze Bowl.
Let's go with the Colts.
Anthony Richardson is a super flex only.
Only.
Yeah, it's rough, and this might be a game where the Patriots defense is like, we're gonna prove to people that we are better than what the Dolphins just made us look like. And Jabril Peppers, by the way, off the commissioner's exempt list.
Really?
Yes, they decided that he has now missed more games than is the standard suspension, so they pulled him off. And Kraft said that if he's found guilty, they'll cut him. But he is. I don't know if he's going to play this week, but he is off the list.
Okay.
So there's that for
Look,
the Patriots defense.
I can't recommend anybody on the Colts because
Josh Downs.
who's showing up this week? I mean,
Yeah, I get it. I mean, they have been inconsistent. The Colts did actually look pretty good against the Lions. The Lions are kind of turning into Thanos. They are inevitable.
wow, Marvel.
I know. I don't even like
Wow.
those movies, but
Wow,
I know that
that was-
reference.
That was a little cringe, but okay. Coming from you, that's it.
Yeah, it is a little cringe. I find it cringe, but it's true. Like even with the Texans game, the Lions were still just inevitable, and I think they're inevitable. They were inevitable against the Colts. That looked like a close game most of the way, and then you look at the final box score, and it wasn't. So I think the Colts. All I'm saying is the Colts are.
This question is viable, so I think it's a good question. AR or May?
I would go May.
I would too.
Yeah.
I was just wondering because I think that's a fair comparison.
It is fair, and I think it's close. But I would go May.
And
but
Ramondre. That's it.
Ramondre is disappointing. I think he is not a must start.
Oh no,
He's not, and I'm starting him. I have him, and I'm benching him.
definitely a flex.
He is a flex consideration. I would say desperation flex at this point. He has strung together some bad games, and it's not Ramondre's fault, to be clear.
No.
He has the worst offensive line in football by a mile, and so it's just not working for him. On the Colts side, though, start Taylor and start Downs. I think they're fine.
Okay.
And then no Patriots receivers. Hunter Henry you can start. I'm debating between him and Dalton Kincaid this week.
If he plays.
I think he's going to play. I think they've both got pretty good matchups.
All right. Moving on. Titans versus the Commanders. Titans are 3-8. Commanders are 7-5. Watch out, Will Levis.
Getting better every week. I never doubted my boy. Who was in on him
Look,
all along.
if him and Caleb, like I've said it before, if him and Caleb can get their bonehead mistakes out of the way, they're going to be decent quarterbacks for the future.
But you know what I've always said when we talk about Will Levis is that he looks just like Josh Allen did at this point in his career. Allen was making those same boneheaded mistakes.
He was.
In bunches.
Yep.
And it's something that experience will work out. He's got the tools.
I'm leaning. Purdy threw one throw at practice today, and I will definitely start Will Levis if he's out. Well, it'll be between him and Russ, but I feel like the Titans are going to win this game.
I would start Russ over Levis, but I like Levis. I'm pulling for Levis. This is weird. I had my pro comps. Like I've always compared Will Levis to Josh Allen, and I compared Drake May to Justin Herbert when he was coming out of the draft. But more than anything, I think of those two very similarly.
Mm-hmm.
Drake May and Will Levis have a lot of similarity to their game, right down to the fact that both of them have atrocious footwork in the pocket. But I mean, they're so exciting to watch, and I think Levis can get it together if his coaches are patient with him.
All right, Pollard got to start.
You got to start him. Yeah, I think you're going to have some disappointing weeks, but you're going to start him.
Other than that, the only person would be the two-name guy, and I would definitely not start him. I mean, he's definitely a flex consideration at most.
Nick Westbrook-Akine.
Yes. He did help me last week.
Yeah, don't chase Chigakonkwo, people. He had a big touchdown, like a long touchdown, but that was his only catch.
Yes.
Don't chase that.
Moving on to the Commanders. Jaden?
Yep.
Okay, I picked him up. What's going on with the running backs?
Oh,
Is Robinson? He's not playing. Is
I
he?
have not gotten.
Eckler's still in concussion, right?
Yeah, it could be the Jeremy McNichols show. Who are you saying you picked up? Chris Rodriguez, maybe?
No, I picked. It was McNichols.
Yeah.
I think
Yeah.
McNichols. I think it was a good pickup.
Yeah, I mean, it very well could be for a spot start. I have no idea what's going on with Brian Robinson's knee after that game. I don't know if he'll be back in a week or if he's done for the year, or if he even plays this week. I have no clue.
Yeah.
And yeah, Eckler, that's his second concussion of the year, isn't
Yep.
it? That's rough. That's really rough. I knew he was hurt. I didn't realize it was a concussion. But yeah, that hurts the Commanders as a whole. It really does. They've relied so much on having that Thunder and Lightning
I know.
running back duo. It sucks. It's sad to see, but yeah, McNichols could be an interesting play as a flex. The wide receivers, I mean, Terry is it.
That's it. Okay, that's what I thought. What about Ertz?
You can consider him.
Okay.
Yeah, he's right on the fringe every week, I think.
All right. Moving on.
Yeah.
All right, moving on. Seahawks versus the Jets. The Seahawks are 6-5. The Jets are 3-8. Seahawks start them.
Start them all, yeah.
What not?
God bless JK. Yeah, I mean, not JK, JSN. Don't start Tyler Lockett.
No.
I saw your face.
No,
Don't
I mean,
start Tyler
yeah, I wasn't
Lockett.
going to say him. I was going to say don't start him.
Start Seahawks defense.
Yep.
We kind of touched on it last week. I think that the Seahawks defense has finally gotten to what I kept thinking they could be. So I'm excited about that. It's pretty cut and dry.
Jets.
That's
Ugh.
what's not so cut and dry. I have no idea what to do with the Jets, man. I don't know what to tell anyone on
Look,
this.
you're probably starting Wilson and
Yep.
Brees Hall because where you drafted them.
Yep.
Like you said before, don't have high hopes on this.
Yeah.
I mean, it's this whole offense, the whole team's a mess. So
Yeah. I mean, probably start Devontae as well. But you're not going to feel good about it.
okay, who was it? Devontae or Tyreek Hill?
Oh, Tyreek Hill.
Okay,
For sure.
just wondering.
Yeah.
Just asking for a friend. Moving on, that game's gonna suck. Texans versus the Jaguars. Texans are 7-5. Jaguars are 2-9. Start your Texans defense.
Yeah, I'm with that. I mean, is it still the Mac Jones show, or is Trevor gonna come back this year?
I think Trevor's done.
Yeah. Oh, Mac Jones, if you were only in San Francisco, you'd be a fine quarterback.
And if Purdy was in Jacksonville, whew, it'd be a
it'd
great
be
team.
awful.
Be a great team.
No, it would be so bad.
Because of the coach,
It would
man.
look just like it does now.
No.
Speaking of another, you know what Doug Peterson can be grateful for.
He's done it before.
He's so thankful to still have a job.
I mean, who would have thought that?
Oh man, not us. Clearly,
No.
we both said he'd be fired a long time ago.
Look, I figured so many people. We're getting off on a tangent. I figured so many coaches would be gone by now, and they're not.
You know what? I will say this: I have always kind of been against firing coaches mid-season, and I think the Raiders have given us an example of even more why it's important not to fire them mid-season. Because what happened last year was they fired Josh McDaniel and made Antonio Pierce the interim to finish the season. And I didn't ever think Antonio Pierce would be a legitimately good head coach. But the players loved him. And the
Yeah.
Raiders got in this position where it was like, well, we have to give him the job because the players love him and they'll be mad if we don't give it to him. And guess what? Now all the players hate him.
Bit him in the butt.
Yeah. So just stick with the bad coach all year. Don't put in an interim that the players are going to love.
All right, Texans. CJ start. Nico definitely start. Tank start. Joe Mixon start.
Yeah, I mean this bad Jags defense, they're so undisciplined. You can start everyone. You can start Tank.
Jaguars.
Nobody. I mean, literally nobody.
I agree.
Evan Ingram. I'm sorry. You can start Evan Ingram still. Even that's getting iffy, but I wouldn't start Brian Thomas Jr. if he plays.
I wouldn't start anybody.
No, none of the running backs. Like it's awful. It's so bad.
All right. Rams versus the Saints. The Rams are 5-6. The Saints are 4-7.
Coming on strong.
Coming on at the end. What do Rams?
The
who you
Riz effect.
Who you got on the Rams?
Everyone. By everyone, I mean the big four.
The big four.
Matthew Stafford is a fine superflex. Kyron Williams, absolutely.
And the wide receivers.
Yeah, Cooper Kupp and Puka Nacua. All of those two are, auto starts every week. I don't think you have to think much about that.
Question: Saints. What? Once again, Kamara. That's it.
Throw a dart at Marquez Valdez-Scantling. No, Kamara is not it. Taysom Hill.
Really?
Absolutely. Taysom Hill is one of those guys that, yes, we've talked about the boom or bust thing. I think Taysom Hill is an auto start every week because
Okay.
his booms
are so big.
So big. Yeah,
Okay.
you do not want to have him on your bench when he has a 3-touchdown game.
I'm playing him this week.
Condolences. I was so happy when I was against Joe a couple weeks ago. He benched Taysom Hill, and that was the week that Hill had the huge game. He is the top scoring T. Hill of fantasy football this year.
How sad
He
is
has
that?
outscored Tyreek Hill this year. So yeah, I mean, I think he's an auto start.
All
The
right.
receivers,
Nobody.
If you're desperate and you're an underdog, maybe take your shot on Marquez Valdez-Scantling, getting a couple deep touchdowns, but I wouldn't bet on it.
All right, next game, Buccaneers versus the Panthers. Bucks, let's see. I didn't write that down. Oh, well, sorry.
Sneaky good game is what this is. I couldn't tell you the
Maybe.
records offhand, but this seems like a sneaky.
The Panthers are 3-8.
Dave Canales revenge game.
Okay.
It's not revenge. He left them, but he was the offensive coordinator for Baker last year. If anyone knows what makes Baker a good quarterback, it's Dave Canales, head coach of the Carolina Panthers. Just saying. That said, I think Baker continues to be a good quarterback because he is a good quarterback, and he's against a pretty bad defense.
All right. Start Baker.
Yep.
Start Evans.
Yep.
Start Otten.
Sure.
Start Irving.
Yep, I'm with it now. I am in on Bucky.
Bucky.
On most weeks, I will say you can start Bucky. He's gotten enough work
All right.
that I'm comfortable with it.
Moving on to the Panthers, Bryce. Are you giving him a nod in a super flex?
Absolutely, I am.
Okay.
I mean, he did it. It was before last week. You could say he's looking better, but the bar was so low, right? This week, he went toe to toe with the Chiefs, took them down to under the 2-minute warning, took a lead in a 2-minute
I
drill.
was so happy of that when he scored. I
Me
was like,
too.
yes, and then no.
But you know who else is inevitable?
Yeah.
Thanos Mahomes over there.
Yeah, for real.
But no, I mean, fair play to Bryce Young. He looked really good. That was the best game of his career against the reigning 2-time Super Bowl champion. So yeah, he's definitely worth the Superflex consideration. Chuba, 100%.
Wide receiver?
None of them.
Tight end.
No.
All right. Moving on, Eagles versus the Ravens. This is going to be a good game. Eagles are 9-2. The Ravens are 8-4.
Is this the MVP Bowl? Saquon
Man.
Barkley versus Derrick Henry?
We'll find out. I mean,
to be clear, I don't think either of them deserve MVP.
I think it's Allen.
I think it's Allen as well.
I think it's Allen's to lose.
I think it is Allen by a long shot. I think that it's a little silly to say it's Saquon, but a lot of people are saying it right now.
If he hits 2,000, I can see it. I'm just saying.
I think if you take away Josh Allen from the Bills and take away Saquon Barkley from the Eagles, you'll see the difference in value.
Voters aren't doing that though. I agree.
Yeah.
That's how it should be
That's
looked
how
at.
it should be.
And just like Henry, you take Henry off, you still got Lamar.
Yep.
So the Eagles start them all. I feel like on both sides you got to start everybody.
Yeah, I would even start Devontae Smith. I'm always hesitant of Devontae, but I'd give him a go here. You're right. It's all the Eagles. God loves AJ Brown very much. It's in the Bible, I believe.
I love it.
And on the Ravens side, yeah, I mean, just to brag, in one league I do have the Lamar Henry stack, which is
It's a
an
good stack.
untraditional stack, but it has worked out very well for me. Zay Flowers has been,
I like him.
yeah, start Zay
But
Flowers.
that's it.
Yeah, no Rashad Bateman or anything.
No.
Don't get me wrong. Mark Andrews, you can start.
Yeah.
He's become consistent again.
All right, next game. Sunday is another great game. Sunday night, 49ers versus the Bills. The 49ers are 5-6. The Bills are 9-2. Also, they are 5-0 at home.
And you know what? This is a must-win game for the 49ers. I mean, maybe not mathematically, like they're out but this game matters to the 49ers a lot. And so they're gonna put their all into it for sure.
And saying that, I feel like also it's a must-win game for the Bills. The Bills have always been great quotation marks in the regular season, and then they just fizzle in the playoffs.
They just beat the Chiefs, though. That's gonna.
I mean, I love them. I love the Bills, but I mean, they got to prove it. I feel like this year is a prove it year for them.
I mean, I get where you're coming from, and I don't disagree. I don't think it's the same as like the Ravens have with that issue.
No.
Because I mean, Josh Allen has played great in the
Yeah.
playoffs. But no, I think the game is more important to San Francisco than the Bills, and that's the only thing that gives me pause with the Bills. That said, the Bills are still so freaking good.
All right, 49ers. Brock Purdy,
If he plays,
if he plays, I think is a start. CMC is a
I think that Purdy is a start in a super flex if he plays. I would not start him in a one quarterback league. Just to be clear.
You're not. I'm not going to say you're wrong.
Okay.
I'm not.
CMC, I agree with you.
I see where you're coming from. CMC is a start.
Yep.
Debo is a start, but you don't want to.
No, yeah, it's gross.
Jennings, you don't want to.
No. I tried to make him a boom pick last week. It didn't work out. But I didn't know the quarterback situation when I made that pick.
Yeah.
To be fair.
Also, I think Bosa and Trent Williams did not practice this week so far.
That's interesting.
So pay attention to that. Trent Williams is an anchor for that, and he's very important for Brock Purdy.
Yep.
And Kittle.
Kittle can be tight end one any given week.
Yes. The Bills. Everybody again.
Not everybody.
Okay.
Not Curtis Samuel, but
no. Allen,
Josh Allen, James Cook,
Cook.
who is interestingly on the bench for someone this week. I forget who. I think
Shakir.
Todd.
Yeah.
Shakir is a start, I think.
and a tight end. I'm just saying a tight end.
Yeah. I mean, it's if Dalton Kincaid plays, you're probably going to start him. Like I said, I'm going back and forth between him and Hunter Henry.
I understand.
really am struggling. I think they both have good matchups this week.
I just think once again the boom for Kincaid is bigger than.
Oh, for sure.
So-
This is one of those where do I go for the boom or do I go for the safe?
Absolutely.
And
Pay attention.
I think Henry is safer, and
I can see that.
Kincaid has more upside.
The last game is a Monday night game, and it will be the Browns versus the Broncos. The Broncos are 7-5, and the Browns are 3-8.
We just love having Jameson primetime, don't we? So you get to hear the pregame
Gosh.
interview, you get to hear the
They're
postgame
so
interview.
good. They're so good. If he could just do another Snow Angel, I'll be so happy.
I'm talking about the horses riding into battle, and also I'm going to get some dubs on Amazon Prime delivered by 9 p.m. tonight.
Browns. Anybody?
Against this defense? No. David Njoku. That's it.
I can see that.
Yeah.
Broncos. Get your Bo Nix in there, guys.
Absolutely.
And Sutton.
Cortland Sutton's been good.
Yeah, I mean, I don't want to, but I kind of got to.
He's been, you can definitely consider starting him. In the deepest of deep flexes, and I will say more about this later, but in the deepest of deep flexes, Devon Vele,
Get him in.
I like his matchup is all I'm saying.
Okay.
It's gross as a player, but it's a good matchup for him. Tight end, you don't want anything to do with Broncos tight ends, I'll say that, or running backs for that matter. Just stay away from that. Sutton and Nix are your two big ones.
All right. So, moving on, we have reached our end. Do you have your list?
My boom and bust list. Indeed, I do. I'm going to go position by position here. Quarterback. Top 5 on the week. A guy who I have not said a bad thing about all year. I've loved him all along. Justin Herbert.
Okay. I like it, but go ahead.
I have done nothing but sing his praises all year. On the other hand, finishing outside the top 10 at quarterback, Joe Burrow. I think he's going to get beat up this week. I think it's not an indictment on his skill. I think he's so talented, but I think he's going to be under a lot of pressure. Running back, we have been watching him and saying, he doesn't look quite the same. He's not what he was last year. Maybe that tendonitis or whatever it was in his ankles are worse or as bad as we thought. Maybe we should have just let Foley have Christian McCaffrey, but this week he will be a top 5 running back.
Okay.
On the week. On the other hand, he's been getting all hyped up lately, but Josh Jacobs, I'm sorry, it's a bad matchup against this Miami run defense. He finishes outside the top 10.
Shut your dirty mouth.
Wide receiver, I hinted to this just a moment ago. This is the deepest cut of the day, but finishing inside the top 50 wide receivers, Devon Vele.
Okay.
And finishing outside the top 50 wide receivers, as much as I love this man, and I do love him, but I don't love his matchup,
Mike Evans.
Xavier Legette finishes just outside the top 50.
Good Lord.
He has struggled a little bit in the last couple weeks, and I think it continues. Tight end, top 5, TJ Hawkinson. I think he's just gotten better every week, and it shows up in the stat line this week. My last one, I'm going to frame this a little bit differently. Of the 6 tight ends taken in our Turkey Day draft, the worst one will be
Sam Laporta.
Cole Kmet. He will finish worse than even Luke Schoonmaker.
Ooh, that's a deep cut. Mm-hmm. All right, so we got a little tomfoolery coming up next.
We do.
So we're going to move on to top 5 side dishes for Thanksgiving. Now, saying this, all day I've been thinking about this, and I'm going to say this, and brother, don't shoot the messenger. I've wondered what kind of nonsense Foley is going to throw at me in its side dish, like a kale salad or something like that. I'm so scared right now. Saying that, Foley, number 1.
All right, before
Or
I'm
number
sorry.
5. Number 5.
Let me preface this. I've got a potentially bad take. I don't think you're gonna like this take.
I already know what it is, but go ahead.
I don't like Thanksgiving.
I
I-
didn't know that, but okay.
I think it's a low tier holiday.
Ooh.
I think
How dare you?
I'm just gonna get on this little rant, and then I'm gonna go back to being positive as much as I can. But I think the best thing that Thanksgiving had going for it was that it was a buffer, and people did not start celebrating Christmas until the day after Thanksgiving. But now nobody respects the buffer, and so it lost the best thing it had going for it. As far as the food, I'm going to be real honest. We're going to talk through some food, but I think the food's overrated. I mean, I'm a vegetarian now, but even before I was a vegetarian, I never understood the hype about turkey. That's something that takes so much work to do good when you could just start with a steak or something that's good right out of the package.
Okay. We're not going to main dishes.
I know, but
I will.
sides?
But what I will say this: I understand where you're coming from turkey, but my wife 5 years ago started the whole brining technique.
Yeah, I hear all
And
about it.
look, that son of a gun is juicy and tender and nourished.
And it's work too. It's
And
a whole
it's
lot of work when you could just
so
have some
good.
chicken or a steak. You know how moist a ribeye is. You don't have to go through this whole long
but-
process.
But it is a holiday. You got to have the holiday food. Anyway,
My last complaint about the Thanksgiving food, though, it's also beige. It is also brown and beige, and there's not, other than like your
Foley-
kale salad, there's
Foley-
not much color.
it is what you make it.
Yeah.
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 All right. So
But you know what? Let's be positive. I'm gonna go.
we'll go 5.
Number 5.
All right.
And I'm kind of doing some freewheeling here, but
Kale salad.
shooting from the hip. No kale salad. Give me cranberry sauce from a can only. Do not give me any homemade cranberry
I
sauce.
agree with that.
It better be from the can. I better be able to see the ridge lines in
I
it.
agree with that.
Yep.
Yes, good call. My number 5 would be sweet potato casserole.
Not bad. I struggle with like things that kind of don't know whether they want to be a dessert or an entree.
And look, I will say this: when I go, I'm not pile on. I can't eat 2 spoonfuls of everything.
Yeah.
There's only one thing I can eat 2 spoonfuls, and I'll get to that. But most everything I'm going to say is just going to be. I like to get a little bit of
Yeah.
I
Little dabble do you.
a lot of everything.
Yeah.
So number 4.
I am gonna say, and I haven't had this in so long, man, but corn dressing, like not just cornbread dressing, but like, have you ever had the corn dressing
I
that
have.
has corn in it,
I
like
have.
kind of southwestern dressing?
I got you.
Let's go with that. Let's go
Okay.
with that.
All right. So my number 4 would be. My wife makes a. It's like a squash casserole.
Yeah, that's not bad.
But she uses. It's got chipotle and it's got Mexican Velveeta.
Ooh,
So and the Ritz
That
crackers
sounds-
on top. Oh, it's fine.
that sounds better than most of them.
All right. So number 3.
Number 3, I wanted to cheat and go with like sweet potato pie or something, but I know that's not technically a side dish.
You can
so
go wherever you want to, brother.
I was going to throw in green bean casserole, but the truth is I've kind of lost interest in green bean casserole over the year. I used to like it more than I do now. Let me go with the sweet potato pie or pecan pie, either one.
Okay, that's a good call. Let's see. So we're at what, number 3?
Number 3. What's your number
So number
3?
3, I am going to go the good old fashioned mac and cheese.
Okay.
I'm talking about some drippy cheese.
Yep.
I'm talking about when you pull it off, you got 5-6 strands coming off.
You
of
better
it.
bake that stuff.
Absolutely.
Don't just no stovetop macaroni and cheese. It better be baked.
And once again, it's Ritz crackers on the top, crumbled up.
Yep.
Or last year we used Cheez-Its.
Fancy.
It was fine.
That's called gourmet right there,
man,
folks.
It was fine. Number 2.
Number 2, I'll go mashed potatoes. I turkey gravy is not the way. Turkey gravy
Absolutely
is
not.
inferior.
It's terrible.
But still, mashed potatoes are classic. They're fine. They kind of at the same time are reflective of that whole beige thing I'm complaining about.
Yes.
But there's nothing wrong with mashed potatoes.
I will go number 2, pecan pie.
There you go.
And just a little side note, for years my grandmother made the pecan pie, and it was the best in the land compared to everybody else's. And one year, after I was married, I was like, hey, could you give me that recipe? She was like, sure. Gave me the recipe, went to the store, started picking it up. I start looking on the back of the Karo syrup. It's the exact same recipe from the Karo syrup jar. So saying that, go with that recipe.
There you go. Hey, I will shout out Linda Foley, my mother. Some chocolate chip pecan pie she makes, pecan pie. Ooh, it is sweet. But it's good. It's good.
All right, number 1.
And by the way, just going back to the pie thing, not to brag, but for those of you folks who have worked with me in at Pine Belt Industries in years past, I did win the sweet potato pie eating contest there one year.
You're probably the fiend who takes the middle out, don't you? You are.
I just remember I was the only one who didn't get sick. Number 1 for me is macaroni.
All right, guys. Had a little technical difficulty, ran out of a little battery. But just to finish it up, my number 1 Thanksgiving side would have to be dressing. You can't have Thanksgiving without the dressing. All right, guys. See y'all later. Hope you enjoyed this podcast, and see y'all next week.